Alright, I already know that this video is going to be very controversial, and I'm not expecting this video to do well, considering to the fact that most Halo content on YouTube that like gains attraction is either covering Halo news, like Mint Blitz does, or shitting on Halo Studio slash 343, especially on 343. We all know those videos and we've seen them all. So the fact that I'm making a video saying that I am hopeful for the future, that I'm still remaining mostly optimistic for Halo's future is, controversial. If you're new to this channel, I want to give you some perspective of where I'm coming from. I am a new Halo YouTuber and I'm a newer Halo fan. I got into Halo because of Halo Infinite, and therefore, I don't really have that much history of the downfall of this franchise had. So you could say that I am not as traumatized as some people in this franchise. In other words, I am not 30 years old. But I will give off some reasons of why I'm still hopeful for Halo's future and why I am still hopeful that Halo Studios will do the right thing and not expect them to immediately fuck up. And yes, I am prepared for every single comment I'm gonna get in comments down below because I already know that there is going to be paragraphs down there, whether it's going to be some positive ones, but I'm mostly expecting some really negative ones, which I am freely gonna tell you, go ahead and type it all out. I will read them. Is my mood gonna get brought down? Maybe, but hey, feel free to express yourself down there. So, let's get started. I want to first point out my points of inspiration of why I'm making this video. The reason why I'm making this video is because of Halo Infinite itself and its updates. Halo Studios, confirmed promises, quote unquote promises, and how I feel about them and what they're doing, of what I've observed. Importantly, the leaks, even though they're a bit controversial now in my head. And of course, what definitely inspired me to actually sit down and record this video is the newest Helldiver X Halo ODST crossover coming. Yeah, that was a big inspiration for this video based on the hype alone. So, let's get started. Let me tell you what I think about Halo Studios. Ever since the rebranding to Halo Studios from 343, haven't you noticed that Halo Infinite has been getting actual notable updates since then? Some people say, and I've seen this a lot now, some people say that Halo Studios slash 343, it's mostly saying 343 still, that they do not care about the Halo franchise at all. And quote unquote, no matter what they do, it sucks. Yada yada yada. I have to fucking disagree with that because on paper of what they said and what their actions are doing on Halo Infinite for right now, it's showing that they care. Now, I have to put a side note on this. I am still skeptical. I'm still being on the skeptical side of things in case they do fuck everything up again. I'm just gonna be optimistic about these things, just to let you know. With Halo Infinite, they have been updating the game. 4 years into its life cycle, they are still pushing out consistent updates, and every 3 months, like seasonal live service games do, for example, they're adding sandbox items now, like the Mutilator, the SMG, the Fuel Rod Spinker, which I feel like a lot of people shit on because it's not our Fuel Rod. Now, that is completely understandable, and I was also upset with this. But also, you gotta admit, understanding the situation that Halo Infinite is in, where it's on the back burner, it's barely being supported, considering that most of the studios moved on. For the fact that they are resourceful enough to pull these kind of things out, it's gotta not I wouldn't say clap for approval, just like a look, a slight nod, like okay, just like a smug look. It's like all right, all right. So I have to give them that. I have to give that they are resourceful and that they are still giving new sandbox item to us, and especially with their biggest content job, biggest update with the Operation Shadows, the fact that we got a new weapon, the Carbine, and also the Falcon in one update blows my mind because that was not expected at all. I did not expect that at all. I just farted. And I'm willing to bet if people are saying that Halo Studios is just a name change and nothing changed inside, nothing really happened, no notable difference, I'm willing to bet if 343 stayed the way as people expected, We would have gotten none of this for Halo Infinite, let's be honest with you. They would have moved on already, continued to just rely on forgers to do everything and all, basically completely moving on and neglecting Halo Infinite. They would have done that. 343 would have definitely done that in the past. But Halo Studios has put action and actually started updating the game, which I find like, wow, they still care about this game. And so that's their actions that they're taking that proves to me is like, okay, they care a little bit about this franchise. That proves to me that like, okay, they're still putting an effort into this game. And now let's talk about what they have said slash promised. Halo Studios is working on multiple, quote unquote, multiple Halo games. And what is the community wanting the most out of this franchise? More games. They're taking action to do that. Multiple, quote unquote, multiple games. So we're not going to be just waiting for a single release title. This has opened the branch to more spin-off games, whether it's like the RTS style or even experimenting with new kind of games. You know those leaks that you've probably seen. If you're watching this video, you've probably seen this, where there was plans of making a class-based shooter. Go ahead and do that. Space Marine 2 does a class-based shooter that I really like, and you can mimic that. I think Halo fits that. A BR-styled Halo game. A lot of people, for some reason, think that's an amazing idea. I don't like BRs that much, but sure, go ahead. But the fact that they claimed that they are working on quote-unquote multiple Halo games currently, like right now, a clear-cut definition of like, hey, we want to push out more games. I was like, okay, that right there, you have to admit, like, they were working on multiple games. That is a positive thing. And then I'm going to hear somebody in the comments say like, oh, didn't you hear there was a post saying that there's big tensions happening within the studios? Of course there is tensions within the studios. I'm not really educated on that whole situation, but what I remember is that everybody blew it out of proportion. People started hating. It's like, oh, Halo Studios is doomed from the get-go. See, that there's already tension there. We can't have good shit. Then I think more perspectives in times past and people thought about it. I think I've seen multiple people say like, of course there's fucking tension in the studio. They're working on multiple games and supporting Infinite. And also, this whole Halo community is also quite tense too, if you really think about it. But the fact that they said that there are multiple Halo games coming out gives me hope. This is baseline more Halo content. This is what we wanted. More Halo content in general. And also, with the additive of that, they are switching to Unreal Engine 5. This is also a really good thing, because Slip Space Engine, we all know is the situation of the Slip Space Engine, how it was very hard to work on, yada yada yada. And now switching to a game engine that a lot of people know because this is well educated. Did you know that there are schools that teach game dev? Yeah, so this opens up the gates and makes it a lot easier to develop Halo games. And just to add to my other point, they are positive for the fact that it is not hard to replicate the Halo feel in this engine, which I am very glad about, because the Halo's gameplay, its feel is one of the biggest charms of this franchise and why I'm a massive fan of this franchise compared to other games. And I am so glad that they are not worried about that at all. Now in their rebranding announcement video, they like talk about a bunch of sappy stuff, how they're like really trying to care about this franchise and yada yada yada. I'm gonna stay very skeptical about that part though. That's how I feel about Halo Studios right now. Their actions so far and what they have said have led me to on the path of me being hopeful that they'll do right. So moving on from that, let's talk about some leaks, because they are kind of important nowadays. So a little bit ago, Magpie posted a video of why leaks are basically kind of bad in a way, but also you gotta remember that this is two-sided. There are bad parts when it comes to leaks about this franchise, and there is also still positives of this. One positive is keeping interest. This especially applied like in the drought era of Halo Infinite. You know, its first to like third year, where content droughts were common, and the point of these leaks being shown was to gain a bit more interest for the Falcon. And then although it came way later than expected, the interest of the Falcon being there in the first place kept me sticking around a little bit longer before moving on and then coming back. Same as the Mutilator. I remember when it was modeled but not textured, that leak got me interested again, and it got some of my buddies like, oh, that's a tiny bit interested. You know, it didn't bring them back to the game yet because it's a leak after all, but it got them thinking about the game. And now, the biggest leak so far for the Halo franchise is a Halo game is coming to PlayStation. This is a leak, this is not confirmed, but like I said before, this engages interest. And the fact that this information is out there bans my hope even further, because once this is confirmed, Halo going cross-platform to PlayStation is one of the smartest actions they could take, because Xbox and PC have their limits of player base. We all know the jokes that most gamers own a PS5 than an Xbox. That accessibility, which has the potential to grow the fandom. Because even though for all the hate that current Halo has, people still love the gameplay of Halo. Let's not forget about that. And especially that these PlayStation players potentially coming do not have the history of depression and letdown as Halo fans have. They're gonna start off with modern day Halo. Wherever that goes, even I can't predict where that's gonna go, but I'm pretty confident to say if they nail whatever leak game is coming to PlayStation, it's gonna hook people. But the point I'm trying to make is that there's a reason why Halo's popular, and now sharing that with PlayStation, and I'm hopeful that these same reasons of why we love Halo so much transfers to them a little bit. If Halo Studios make a good game, that is. And also when it comes to leak, let's talk about the Halo CE remake. Like the most leaked thing that people say it's basically confirmed, which I'm not gonna say it's confirmed. Even though that seems really reasonable, it's still a leak after all. It's nothing about that. Nothing has been confirmed about a CE remake. Which, hot take here, I think the Halo CE remake is a good idea. I don't know why people are saying like it's dumb. Why are you remaking Halo CE? Do you realize Halo Combat Evolved released 20 years ago? Some people are gonna contribute that saying that, oh, there's an anniversary version that came out 2010. That is a texture overhaul. The only difference they made there was replacing models and making it look graphically appropriate at the time. That is it. Of what I've said of the leaks, this is a full remake, a retelling, and for that claim, there is massive potential for the Halo Combat Evolved remake to, expand the story. Because let me burst your bubble here, but Halo Combat Evolved is not a perfect game at all. It's a really good game, but it's not perfect at all. I can name problems with Halo Combat Evolved. My complaint here is that Halo Combat Evolved's movement is a bit slippery. I'll say that, slippery. Also, the second half of the game, lower level compared to the first half, having that Halo Combat Evolved second half of the game is mostly backtracking. And of course, I don't have to mention the library, or Rocket Flood. So the idea of remaking the game is a good idea. You know how many people have never played Halo Combat Evolved? Millions. Millions, people. Millions. There are millions of people out there who have never played Halo. And so having a remake of that game, especially if that comes around the time where Halo is cross-platformed, it could be like a big thing. But of course, I have to stay skeptical with it, because I'm gonna say this, I can't really trust everything to go perfectly for that CE remake. The expectations are gonna be high from Halo fans. And I don't think it needs to be perfect, this grand breathtaking adventure. I just think it needs to satisfy us. That is the bare minimum that it needs to achieve. That's only skeptics. I mean, none of it's confirmed, so I'm just saying. But let's just move on from that and let's talk about the last topic of inspiration of this video. The Helldivers X Halo ODST collab. Why does this make me hopeful for the future? It's because I want to see more collaborations like this. And I'm hopeful that this event, this crossover, and how it was received could be learned from by both Halo Studios and especially Microsoft. The reception of this crossover is insanely positive, not only for Halo fans, but also wider gaming audience for the fact that this basically ended console wars. This crossover gained massive hype, and I'm recording this on the day that it was announced, and already huge positive reception. Now, I'm hopeful, I am so hopeful that Microsoft learns that people still love this franchise and won't make stupid fucking decisions of cutting off Halo related ideas. For example, the Halo X Doom Amazon show, whatever it's called. What was it called? And I hope they realize, like, wow, people actually still care about Halo. I guess we don't have to move on from this franchise. Hopefully they learn that and like actually like appreciate their once ago flagship franchise when it comes to the Xbox. Thanks a lot, Arrowhead. You're doing good for us Halo fans. Whew. This recording has gone for a long time. But to basically recap why I'm hopeful and optimistic because one, I want to see it succeed. Two, there is content coming. No doubt that new games are coming. It's just gonna take a little bit longer, but there is no doubt in my mind that there's gonna be more Halo games. Three, of what I've observed from Halo Studios, it looks like they care about the franchise. I wouldn't say that they're better. I won't say that they are gonna do good. I'm just gonna say that it seems like they actually care about this franchise now. And then four, I am hopeful because of the cross-platform leak. Going to PlayStation is genuinely a good idea. I'm hopeful that more people get into this franchise because although Halo fans shit on it a lot, it's still a good gaming franchise. Let's not have a doubt there. This is still a good gaming franchise. I wouldn't be making this video if I thought Halo as a gaming franchise was bad. No. Thank you all for watching to the end of this video. If you enjoyed or found this video interesting, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. Your boy is entering college in the next month, so you need to show me some support to keep making these videos, man, because I'm gonna be busy. Because all I need from you right now is to watch through my videos. I am so close to that YouTube ads. I'm almost to that watch hours, man. That watch hours time, man. All I need you to do is just watch through the video beginning to end, and it will be my job to keep it entertaining. So, thank you all again for watching this video. Again, I will read all those comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.